something.
Do you want me to handle it? Because this is making this child extremely upset, and I tend to not like that.
Winifred, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I presume I hear the commotion.
Nope, you don't actually. Except,
I have
actually,
no fucking idea what's going on.
you hear the child crying, but it's not coming from the direction that the door was in front of you. It's in fact up a staircase that wasn't there a moment ago, going up to the second floor of this place.
Fun. Oh, this reminds me of House of Dreams. Hello, it is time for your language lesson in the middle of combat.
Distraction.
I need... What I have... So, you said that I knew that this stairway wasn't there before, correct?
Correct. There wasn't a railing above or anything like that. It was... This building seems to have grown since you were in it.
Maybe the house is trying to make it work. Screw it, and I'll go upstairs. But while I do that, I would also like to take a moment to peer through my snakey's eyes, please.
The snake is here with us still, huh?
Yep.
I need you to roll me a will check to see if you're able to make the connection at this moment.
Yep.
DC is 35.
DC is 35. Okay.
That didn't sound good.
No, it's actually really good because I rolled 3 8s.
Hey, that is pretty good.
But I did roll a what? Hold on, but I rolled a 1 on my specialty, so it's now 2 8s. So that is 30. I rolled 30.
I'm sorry, Womp.
If I didn't roll a 1, it would have been 40.
You're trying to connect, but something is blocking you.
You know, I really do not like children. Yes, I am blaming the child for this. I will go up the stairs, run up the stairs.
Okay. You run up the stairs. Aiden, it is your turn again.
Cool. I'm going to basically put all of my might behind shoving this thing as far away from the baby as I possibly can. Potentially into the wall. The wall seems like a good place for it to be.
Pick whichever combat skill you think this is appropriate. There's no such thing as grappling. If you're gonna grab somebody and throw them into a wall, you'd be surprised how much that hurts.
Yeah, basically that's what he's trying to do. Can I swing it as improv fighting as I'm trying to grab him and toss him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Combat is whatever you make it of in this game, as long as, you know, the DM agrees.
Yeah. 9. Oh, for me.
Your objective is to roll higher than a 24, as that is what he rolled to try to dodge you.
Okay, I've probably definitely done that. But I was just sad that my special die was only a 2.
Ah. What a shame.
So 2, 20, 30.
30. Okay.
Not as good as my other rolls, but not bad.
Yeah, no. You still do. You pick him up and just toss him against the wall, and you hear his skull crack. Pretty badly, and his back, but he still gets up afterwards. Your total.
Very much, I would also like within that moment to kind of follow after, just to hold the space, keeping him as far away from the kid and Rags as I can.
How much damage was that, by the way? 9.
So it's 30.
No. So your dice total affects damage.
How many dice?
Oh, 9. Yes.
9. Okay. So you do a bit more damage that time.
Awesome.
It is going to do a swing song with its sword at you. And it's seeming to actually try. The short sword that it has, it's a typical like King Arthur knight like short sword, one handed. He's actually trying to slice your one of your arteries on your artery under above your knee. Is what it looks like he's trying to do.
That's
He's trying to
not
slow
good.
you down.
You
No,
should
it's not.
probably not do that, friend.
Yeah.
I will bite you.
I'd like to see you try.
Adder.
I didn't like that at all. Ooh.
I'm gonna bite the bone man and turn him into a chew toy. Watch.
We shall see. You have to beat a 44.
44?
Yeah, I rolled a crit on his specialty die.
Fuck. Oh, why did it only have to be a 5? Fuck it. Okay, it's fine. None of them are ones, so there's that.
There is that.
That's 3 6s, so that's 20. No.
18 is 3 sixes.
18.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 44. You have to beat
28.
44.
Yeah, no. I know. 28. I'm not going to beat a 44, probably.
Depending on how close you are to the number will affect how much damage it actually does to you.
I got a 40.
40. That actually saves your butt a little bit. When you are within 5 of your opponent, you take off 2 damage, including armor. So instead of taking the total of... Brain do the thing. 8 damage, you take 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I look fucked up.
And, by the way, he does nick that artery, and you're rolling with -1 to your next attack until you get that patched up, as you are bleeding.
Cool.
You don't take any more damage, but you are bleeding at the moment.
-1 die, or just -1?
-1 die.
Okay.
As you are now limping, because that really hurt.
Uh-huh.
Rags, it is your turn. You probably hear angry howling.
Oh no, he growling at this point.
You growling? Never mind, you growling.
I growling. Arr, arr,
You have it handled over there, Raiden.
How fucked up does this guy look?
He looks
Does
pretty
he
big.
look bad?
He looks like he's injured. I mean, his skull's cracked, and you can see smudges of the wall. What probably used to be his gray matter. But surprisingly, that doesn't seem to bother him too much.
No, I didn't think so. Maybe a little help would be appreciated.
Alright, do you want to step back and take care of the little one while I take care of this?
But and he's just kind of like gonna fall back.
Okay, good
Hey,
news.
Brett, how large is the space that we're in?
Oh,
No.
a 10 by 15 room probably. The ceiling goes up quite a bit because there's little spots for the air to go out from the top. There's not windows per se, but there are just access points from the top. It goes up to the top.
Yeah.
I'd say roof's like 14, 15 feet.
Perfect. He gets himself out of the bassinet on the back onto the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and gets himself up onto his quote unquote paws. And Aiden is just going to first start hearing this sound of fabric ripping. And if Aiden is paying attention to looking at Rags, out of the tips of the paws come like this navy blue, like one spike per paw, like this navy blue like spike like rips out of each paw, getting longer and longer and lifting the body of it off of the ground until it gets up to about 10 feet. Out of the back, out of the tail comes a very long, same navy blue tail with a sharp tip, not a spade, just like a sharp tip. the eyes go completely black on him, and his mouth, the stitching rips open into this unhinged jaw smile with needlepoint teeth. I'm gonna tag you in what he looks like now.
I'll repost it on this episode
please
in
do.
post.
And this,
Big.
he is now 10 feet tall and roughly 12 feet long.
I think maybe you should have led with that.
He like makes his way over to this fucking skeleton and looks down at it.
I will say this: if you agree, transforming and then trying to attack will give you -1 because you're trying to do it quickly. When doing something like this, you typically don't. Typically, we did it last
Typically,
time.
he takes his time, so yeah,
Right.
he's like he's a little discombobulated with trying to attack while he's doing this at the same time.
Yeah. So you get -1 die to your roll. So whatever your combat thing usually is.
I'm gonna try to bite down on this thing.
Okay.
So that'd be 6 dice instead of 7.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Ooh, I get to reroll my special die.
Woo!
Yay!
So let me just get this original edition up real quick.
You have to beat a 19. I didn't roll very well.
Huh?
You have to beat a 19. That was its defense roll.
I know. So then I just reroll the special die only, right?
Yes.
I get to do it again.
Oh no.
Oh, that's terrifying. I love it.
Oh, by the way, Aiden and
that last one was a 1.
Oh. If you double their defensive
So-
roll, you do double the damage, as a reminder.
Okay. So I will. So what this adds up to, I double it, right?
No. You don't double up anything with the crit on your special die. The only one you keep rolling. You just
So
the
basically,
total.
if you get a 38 or more,
Yeah.
you get to double.
The damage.
Okay. Okay. So let me just do a little bit of math here.
So that means basically, so you rolled 38, that means that you doubled the defense roll, which means that however many dice that you rolled for it, you get
Times
to double
2.
it. So if you rolled 9 dice, you get 18. It counts as you doubled that 9, and
All right,
so that gets the 18.
Okay.
So,
So that's 33, and then what would happen because that third roll was a 1? What do I do with that?
You take away the second crit die that you rolled, so it's only a 6 instead of it being 12. If that makes sense.
Okay.
You still pass. You still do full. You do full damage except for its 1 armor, so you do 5.
Okay.
It's looking
Okay.
much hurt now. Much more hurt. Still alive.
So you literally just see him just like look down at this thing, and he just goes,
Um,
"I'm getting real tired of you making my child cry," and he like goes.
Okay.
He chomps down as hard as he can.
There is definitely bone crunching that can be heard. The child is going to do its thing. Aiden, if you look at it, it's no longer crying mercury, they're just regular tears. There was no sign of whatever Rags referenced when it said something's wrong with the child. It just looked like it's crying regularly.
okay. Cool beans.
Winifred, roll me a brains check or a will check to try to figure out where the child / these people are that you hang out with.
we will do will.
These people.
I don't got brains.
Basically, you're detecting Rags' magical aura.
Okay.
You're not familiar with Aiden's vibes yet.
37.
37. You able to find him? He's on the other side of this little horseshoe area that is on top of the rest of this place. It's the second door out of the total of 4. if you're able to zoom over there, and you're about to open the door. As we get to the top of the round, Aiden, it is your turn. What do you wish to do?
So basically, I'm just kind of like gonna plant myself between Rags and Skeleboy and Baby, with Baby behind me. But also, I kind of am bleeding, so I need to fix that.
If you'd like, we can try to because well, actually, okay. Would you like to try to use some of the local rags or anything like that? Try to give yourself some basic first aid, or do you have something else you had in mind?
I don't trust the Rags around here.
Fair.
Just on principle at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's probably going to start turning towards his own clothes, because he does have clothes on.
Sure.
And just kind of like the kind of wastelander kind of like scarf situation he's got going on. He's gonna rip off like a chunk or like a stream patch of that he can use to like tie around.
Okay,
to
go
put
ahead.
Pressure back behind.
Roll me a brains check for first aid or medicine.
Yeah, no, it's just 2, so it's not gonna go well.
DC is 15.
So I rolled a 4.
You're like, I want to rip my cloak, but I don't know if it's important to me. I want to rip my cloak. You're struggling to rip it because you don't know if it's important to your heritage, because you don't remember anything.
I don't know nothing. Is this important? It probably might be. I mean, like, also it's kind of cool looking, but also I'm bleeding. So, like, would it matter? But also...
Rags.
And just kind of, like, sitting there in front of the baby going, I should probably fix that. I don't have anything to fix that.
It is going to take a swing at you, even though you're crunching on its skull still. It is going to attack you. Would it make sense that you have -1 on the attack? We're almost done. Or the dodge, because you are literally chewing on its face, and it's hard to dodge something when you're chewing on its face.
So then I would roll... So I would just roll 5 dice, then.
Yes. Unless you have a dodge ability specifically.
I do have a dodge ability specifically.
Then roll it. Then you'd roll less than the regular dodge ability would have you do.
So I'd roll 6 dice.
Yes. Oh, that's really good. Oh no. You have to beat a total of 31.
Nope, I don't make that. I got a 28.
28. Okay, but you take less damage than you were supposed to, which is good, because as you stab this into you, it burns you. As you feel this blade is laced with some sort of holy magic, silver, or something that is meant to deal with unholy creatures.
Okay.
But the good news is, you negate that damage, so instead of that, you take a total of 5 points of stabbing damage.
So I take 5 damage in total.
Yes, instead of the potential 7.
Well, shit, he's down. He's down to half health now. Jesus Christ!
Let's go.
You just hear this deep, guttural growl from him at that.
And also,
it hurts, doesn't it?
You hear a sizzle,
it's
and
not so easy, huh? Sorry.
You hear a sizzle, and something seems to catch a blaze, or something burns inside of Rags's clothy form. As the swordsman stabs basically clean through his abdomen.
Well, as far in as the sword can go into the abdomen, considering he's like...
Right. Rags, it is your turn now.
Alright. He is going to bite even harder down.
The good news is, it can't really dodge it per se. However, I will say go ahead and roll the attack anyway to see how much damage you do to it. If you beat higher than a 25, you will do an extra damage to it. If not, you will be the same damage.
Alright, so do I roll a full set of dice now?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. So Let me just do a quick add up here.
Excuse me.
I got exactly 25.
Okay, so what's your typical damage for your feral attacks?
For just biting?
Yes, for munching.
I mean, my spunk is 5, and I put it in spunk, so...
So, do you
I-
not have any
and then-
specific? Do you not have any specific attacks that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have
Damon?
I have a specific attack that says biting, so...
Okay.
No,
So
no,
then
no.
it'd be 6. It'd be 6 regular. Is it +1 or +2?
Plus 2.
Okay. Then +1 because of the 25 is
Okay.
8 damage. And my good friend, how would you wish to do this? As you beat its HP by 1.
Yay!
You just hear this really deep, guttural, growling noise as his jaws just bites down more and more and more on this creature's skull. And you just hear from him speak. He just says, I will never let you harm or terrify another child for as long as I live. And then you just hear the intense cracking and crunching of the skull just completely disintegrating in his jaws. As he pulls away, you can see bits of the gray matter and skull chunks just dripping out of his needle-like teeth onto the ground. Slowly but surely, once he's absolutely certain this thing is dead, he starts shrinking back down into his normal size. And once he gets back down into that 9-inch little ragdoll size, there appears to be no sign that there was any ripping or tearing of that gigantic demon that was inside of him. He looks back to normal rags all over again.
Small child is
So
sobbing.
many questions.
Small child is still sobbing. Winifred. You hear the sobbing of the door, and you hear something crunch and a body drop behind the door. What do you wish to do?
I have so many questions.
Well, at least I know it's been taken care of.
Just,
For the
I have
most
so many
part.
questions.
I have so many questions.
Am I towards the room?
Yes, you are at
yeah.
the door. If you'd like to open it, you can certainly try.
I would like to open it.
Okay. As you open the door, Aiden and Rags, there was a small, almost like coat or like fur rack that was on the door or on the wall. It opens up to a door. The rack that's meant to hold coats or what clothes or whatever just vanishes as the door opens up. As you see Winifred, looking confused and probably horrified, seeing that one of you is bleeding out of the leg aggressively, and the other one of you is smelling like cooked cloth. A little bit. I will
This
say,
tiny little ragdoll is just sitting near a crumpled skeleton.
I will say, Rags,
What's
that
happening?
injury that happened to you, the stab wound, it is still inside your torso. It's just shrunk down with you. You're bleeding cotton everywhere.
Winifred will not necessarily look horrified, just kind of like,
We got
She
it.
will. She will go to Rags first and pick him up and take the sword out. Trying
the
to
sword
not
shrink too?
inflict.
The sword did not
Is
shrink.
there just a mini sword now?
The sword did not shrink, but basically a little bit of it was still inside of you as you were as you shrunk down. You're
Okay,
like, oh.
so it broke off inside of him then.
Yes.
No.
The force. Well, no, it did not break. But basically, if you until you stepped away from it, basically, the sword was just chill vibing and just the tip.
Just the tip. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. The joke was placed there, and I did it to myself.
He's like just looking down at this hole
I'm-
inside of his body, and he's just like, "Well, that's a problem."
She will do that. And also, is Aiden still bleeding from his leg?
Yeah.
I would like to clot
He's
the
just
blood.
kind of, yeah, okay, what?
At the slice of the wound, I would just like to kind of wave my hand and like control the blood to stop leaking.
Go ahead
Stop
and
leaking.
roll me a blood manipulation or your blood-based magic. DC is 10. This is kind of basic.
Yeah. I well exceed that. I rolled 4 7s.
Well, that's good because at the start of the next round of combat, if you hadn't done that, aided you to start losing a harm every round as you slowly began lightheaded. You know, as it happens.
I would also like to, like, as I do that, like, imbue more life into him, like, kind of.
Are you draining
like,
it out of yourself?
Like,
I'm good. I've been in worse spots before.
just don't move too quickly or too far. And then.
How about out of the room?
I think that would be wise.
Cool. I'm gonna take that thing's sword.
Okay.
I'm taking that with me.
You have a magical sword. You don't know if it's silver or not. It didn't seem to do extra damage to you, so you don't think it's silver. I will say, as you grab it, it's still a one-handed blade, but it grows to fit your palm size with ease.
I like it. This is mine now.
Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. It's always a blast to do things with you guys, whether it be on Twitch or over here on YouTube or even TikTok. Around me, hopefully, if I can set this up properly, links to my other places where you can watch my stuff. If you want to see what I look like and me talk more about Dungeons and Dragons and other fun stuff, check out my TikTok. If you like the way I edit my videos / the style, check out my Fiverr. If you want to see me stream, I stream every day on Twitch. I have a lot of fun there. It's right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out my Instagram and Twitter also. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and as always, grab a cloak. It's cold outside.